Good afternoon, one and all. I am Dr. Meghna Vyas, Head, Central Library of Navrachna University. Welcome you all on behalf of Navrachna University Library and Center for Education, Innovation and Research to the webinar Books the Constant Companion. We have organized this webinar to commemorate World Book Day. In 1995, UNESCO decided that the World Book and Copyright Day would be celebrated on 23rd April to promote reading, publish and copyright. As we all know that books play a significant role in our life. It is said that when you open a book, you open a new world. I believe that everyone would agree with this statement as books have become inevitable to mankind. Books enrich our experience and sharpen our intellect. We have with us such an amazing personality, Mr. Amrut Deshmukh, whose life we can say dedicated to books and reading. He is a chartered accountant, social entrepreneur, and TED speaker. He is popularly known as Booklet Guy. Mr. Amrut is on mission to cultivate the habit of reading amongst the youth of India. Mission Make India Read. Today he has more than 15 lakh young readers who are reading books with him on his free mobile app called Booklet. He reads almost one book a day and has read 1,350 books till now. Best Startup Award by Head Start amongst 100 startups awarded to him. He has written a book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Readers. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of Navrachna University, Vadodara, and thank you for accepting our invitation. Now I request Mr. Amrut Deshmukh for his talk. Sir, over to you.
Sure. Thank you so much, Meghna ma'am. So, as she rightly said, I'm a chartered accountant, but now I am an outdated chartered accountant because debits and credits never fascinated me. So I'm on a mission called Make India Read, and I do not stand for my Booklet app. Booklet app is just a stupid excuse to keep books relevant in your daily routine. I stand for the higher purpose of reading habit because I firmly believe that books can make us think differently, and reading habit can help us grow rich. And rich, I do not mean only growing your bank balance, but rich in terms of health, wealth, love and happiness by making us empathetic humans. I firmly believe that if I'm not reading, I'm not changing. And if I'm not changing, I'm not growing. And because of this strong belief, I have a burning desire to cultivate the habit of reading amongst the youth of India. And hence I'm on a mission called Make India Read. So I'm a social entrepreneur where I just want to make sure that I'm using books as a tool or a weapon to contribute to my motherland, right? I've been reading regularly for last 4 years, 4.5 years. I've read almost 1,350 books till now, fiction, non-fiction. And I also struggled through all the reading problems that most of us go through. I travel across the world for the mission. I've been invited across the world, and I started getting questions like, Amrut, I doze off while reading. After reading few pages, I start wondering, I lose interest in books. What should I do? What kind of books I should read? Should I read in the morning or in the evening? How to remember what I read? I'm not able to implement the ideas that I read. There's so many questions. Right? I buy books, but I don't read. Yeah, ऐसा भी होता है. So I kept on experimenting with my reading life. That is my favorite hobby. And many experiments succeeded, many failed. And then I identified those 7 habits which will promise you that books will never go out of your life. In fact, you will be convinced that it is so easy to keep reading habit relevant or live in your daily routine. You don't have to take out time to read books. And that's a promise from me that in next 40-45 minutes, I will change your approach towards reading, right? And make sure that books never go out of your daily routine. So I'll just brief you a few of the habits. The first habit, by the way, this is the book that I'm going to talk about. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Readers. Of course, I've adapted the name from the famous book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. As a tribute to him, he is my mentor and guru, Stephen Covey. So as a tribute to him, I adapted this name. The first habit that I've written is don't take reading too seriously. Yes, I'm saying this in spite of the fact that I've read more than 1,000 books. Now, why I'm saying this is, if something is important to you, don't make it special. Make it casual, because habits are casual. You take any habit, reading, watching TV, chatting on WhatsApp, driving. They're all habits. Are they so serious? Do you take them very seriously? Is it a rule that you should watch TV only in the morning or in the evening? No. This is not the right time to watch TV. Okay? ऐसा कभी सुनने को मिला है? नहीं. Then when the fact that when we ask questions like people ask me, Amrut, what is the right time to read books, in the morning or in the evening? Right? Now these types of questions stem up because we take reading too seriously. Right? If I ask you what is the right time to chat on WhatsApp, what you laugh at it, right? How foolish it is. Why? Because chatting on WhatsApp is so casual, and because it is casual, it becomes habitual. And because it is habitual, it becomes casual. So it's a virtuous circle. So lesser the number of rules, the more it will become part of your habit, and you have to take it casually. Now, yes, I used to lose interest in books. Yeah, after reading 10-15 pages, नहीं मजा नहीं आ रहा है, the author is मतलब एकदम exciting नहीं लग रहा है, किसी ने recommend तो किया था, पढ़ना तो पड़ेगा, right? So I was badly struggling with this until I found a fault in my approach towards books and reading habit. When I started transferring the onus, the responsibility to keep me hooked, to keep me engaged, to keep me excited in the book, when I transferred this responsibility to the author, I stopped feeling guilty that I am a bad reader. There is nothing called good reader and bad reader. There is only reader and non-reader. It's not all your fault. It is also the responsibility of the author to keep you engaged. Yes, it's okay if you lose interest after 15 pages. So what? For example, there is a person who comes for a seminar and he's giving you some lecture, but the lecture is not so exciting. वो आदमी पका रहा है, he's lacking the charisma, he's not coming to the point, he's wandering off the topic. What will you say? What will be your reaction? You will either take out your WhatsApp and start chatting, or you'll just leave the seminar and take a break, right? But if the same person writes a book, you have to read word to word. Oh, are you getting my point? What I'm trying to tell you, of course, with due respect to all the authors, okay, I'm not here to insult the authors. Because of the authors, I am known as Booklet Guy, and today 15 lakh people are part of this mission. So authors nahi rehte to main nahi rehta. Okay, what I'm trying to do here is, I'm trying to ensure that you don't take the blame and say that you are a bad reader. Writing a book is also an art, right? अगर भाषण अच्छा नहीं रहेगा तो ताली नहीं बजाओगे ना आप, कंपलसरी है क्या? Same is the case with books, right? So if you lose interest after reading 10-25 pages, maybe the whole objective of the book was to teach you what kind of books you should not read, right? Or maybe the fact that you are not able to understand it, maybe because the author has not explained it clearly, because he has a plan to explain it in detail in future chapters. Or maybe the very fact that he has not explained in detail, that means it is not the most important part of the book. So there are so many conclusions we can draw. You can draw any of these conclusions, but please don't conclude that there is some problem with you. All right? If you are not able to understand the words are heavy, maybe the author is just boasting his vocabulary. Yeah? So first and first, don't take reading too seriously, and half of your questions will get eliminated. Right? For example, ये कहाँ से rule आया है that you should not take a new book until you complete the previous book which is in your hand? किसने बोला है भाई? हाँ, 2-3 सीरियल एक साथ देखते हो ना? हाँ, सास बहू and all 4-5 serials we watch simultaneously. Then why not in case of books? Yeah. So if you start taking reading very casually, then all these questions will get disappeared. Now, many of my friends who are very close to my heart, they used to buy books, but they never read them. And I realized that books and reading habit are not synonymous. right? It's like having dumbbells at home and lifting those dumbbells. There are two different things, right? So just because somebody has lot many books doesn't necessarily mean that he is a reader. Yeah, reading books and having books में दोनों में फर्क है, राइट? जैसे हमारे सीए के फ्रेटर्निटी में सीए करना और सीए होना, इससे बहुत जमीन आसमान का फर्क होता है. It's like that. So when my friends say that हमको टाइम नहीं मिलता है पढ़ने को, I tell them that if you have time for Facebook, you have time for a book, right? Nobody is busy in life. It's all about priorities. If you were really busy in life, Facebook would have been a big flop, right? So we have time. It's all about priorities. So when I read one line in one of the books that there is no difference between a person who doesn't read and who can't read, I felt like a tight slap on my face that why have I learned to read and then choose not to read? Then I'm as good as an illiterate person. I'm as good as an animal on the street. And I felt like a tight slap on my face, right? So most of us fall in that category who know how to read but choose not to read. Then they are as good as those people who cannot read, right? And after reading this, there was a complete paradigm shift in my mindset, and reading became my top priority. And when reading became my top priority, suddenly I started finding value in small time pockets during the day. Now, what do I mean by time pockets? That leads us to habit number 2, fill in the time pockets. During the day, there are so many small time pockets of 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes. We just waste mindlessly, like a street dog wandering on the street. And we'll never accept it because of the ego in us. For example, I'm standing on the railway station in the queue. There is a long queue for the tickets. Instead of just standing and staring at the dandruff of the person standing next to me, I'll just take out a book and turn 2-3 pages, right? I mean, I've done all these mistakes and I've learned from those mistakes. हमको एयरपोर्ट दो घंटे पहले जाना पड़ता है. This complete waste of time sitting idle in the lobby after you get the boarding pass. Why not, instead of just looking here and there, why not flip some pages? Most of my bookmarks are the boarding pass of the flights, right? I am at the dentist. Okay, there are 4 patients before me. Instead of just watching their sad faces and getting the fear of the tooth drill that the dentist is going to do on my dentist chair, I'll just take out the book and flip few pages and escape the fear of the tooth drill as a bonus. There are so many, just few examples. Internet connection goes off. In my house, internet connection goes off every now and then, and I used to get irritated. Now, when internet throws me in offline mode, it is an opportunity for me to read 5 to 10 pages till the internet comes back. So many examples I can give. I'm at the petrol pump, and there is a queue till my turn comes. I can read a book. Yeah, I can read 5 pages. So many values, but I don't know why we just waste those time pockets mindlessly. And when I calculated all these time pockets and took an addition, it came to 60 to 90 minutes per day. And I'm not including the commuting by train, or the Ola Uber commuting or traveling. वो मैं इसमें include नहीं कर रहा हूँ. And I'm also not including the time that we give to the most favorite family member of ours, television, TV. Yeah, I jokingly say to all of my friends that I find television very educative. Whenever somebody switches on the TV, I go to my room and read a book. Yeah, so just imagine television waste. We waste time on television. We waste time on gossiping, the commuting time, and all the small time pockets, right? If we accumulate all of them, we have more than enough time to read at least 20 to 50 pages a day. And you can easily complete a book of, say, 200 to 250 pages in 10 to 12 days, which is fair enough. I think 2 books a month is a big deal. It will make a big difference in your life, right? So this is what I want to defy all the unwanted rules that we have learned. I don't know किसने सिखाया है, or these are the unwritten rules which are self-imposed or taught by somebody else in our childhood. Yeah, that you should not read 2-3 books at a time. किसने बोला है ये? I read 5 books at a time. and they have no connection with each other. One is Harry Potter, one is Chanakya Niti, right? And then what happens? This is habit number 4. Read random. No, we so-called highly educated people like to be methodical in everything. We are so specific. I read only fiction. I love only the mystery thrillers. I read only self-help books which will help me in my business. मैं सिर्फ पैसे कमाने वाले books पढ़ता हूँ. Never do this. Never stick to particular genre. Always read random. Okay. How many of you, I want to ask, and please answer me honestly by raising your hand or not raising your hand. We all have some books already lying in the house right now. Yeah. Few must be having 10 books. किसी के पास घर पे 50 books पड़े हो रहेंगे. Just दिल पे हाथ रख के बताओ मुझे honestly, how many of you have already read all the books that are lying in your house right now? Please raise your hand. Okay, one. Very few. And I assume that your answer is honest. The one who is saying yes. Yeah. So this is what. Where should you start? Charity begins from home. First, finish the books that are lying in your house, which are gathering dust for so many years. Right? See, I'm not blaming you. I've done all these mistakes and I've learned from these mistakes. That's why I'm here to tell you how we can overcome all these deficiencies. Because, my brother always used to say that don't only read what you like, read what you need. But rarely we know our own issues in our character and personality. We don't know our deficiencies and lacunas, yeah, our own drawbacks, and hence read random is a safe bet. Okay. So then how about how to remember what we read? Many people say that I tend to forget, there are so many things to learn. How can you remember everything? So I have seen many of my friends, even I used to do this mistake, but especially my friends who are girls लोगों का ये एक interesting habit है. What they do is before taking a book, they will take pencil, pen, rubber, scale, fluorescent green color का highlighter, फिर fluorescent orange color का highlighter, ये सब लेके बैठेंगे book पढ़ने को, and then they will highlight so much on each page that the non-highlighted part looks like highlighted. So you don't remember by decorating a book. I'm not against underlining and highlighting, but I have a better solution to it. Okay. The best way to remember what you read is to read and discuss. To read and discuss. Statistics says that on an average, we speak 4,000 words in a day. And this is male statistics. Okay, I'm not going to comment anything. I don't want to sound as a sexist. 4,000 words per day we speak. 4,000 words comes to, I don't know how to convert it into number of pages. So, and what we speak, we just gossip about, अरे वो कल सचिन 0 पे आउट हो गया, क्या पागल है, अरे वो सलमान खान का मूवी कितना बकवास था, मुझे नहीं अच्छा लगा, बॉस को गाली देना. This is all gossiping. We don't accept it. लोग बोलते हैं कि लड़के ज्यादा गॉसिप करते, गलत बात है, लड़के भी बहुत ज्यादा गॉसिप करते. सिर्फ उसको हम गॉसिपिंग नहीं बोलते, हम उसको गाली देना बोलते, right? So instead of talking these nonsense things, the people say that failures talk about events, mediocre talk about people, and successful people talk about ideas. So what we have to do is, after reading any book, we should share one big idea from that book. Don't try to summarize the book and try to tell all the points to your friend. The best way is to pick one big idea from a book. Say, for example, I have read Who Will Cry When You Die by Robin Sharma. ये book मैंने बहुत साल पहले पढ़ी थी, and I started sharing one big idea that I learned, which excited me so much that I could not stop myself from sharing that idea. So the author tries to help us to find the purpose of your life, the why of your life, the reason to wake up in the morning, right? So the technique goes like this. You should imagine that you are dead and it's your funeral and people are standing around your funeral. What is that one line or sentence that you want them to talk about you at your funeral? That sentence will perhaps help you to find a purpose of your life. So I imagine, अभी ये सब share कर रहा था, मैं दोस्तों के साथ share कर रहा हूँ, आपके साथ भी share कर रहा हूँ. So I imagine, is it okay? I am dead. चिता पे मेरी body बैठी है, ऐसे लगी हुई है, or whatever religion you follow. And people are standing at the funeral. There were a few people standing. Is it okay if they say that Amrut was a smart chartered accountant who helped lakhs of his clients to convert black money into white? No, I don't want this, right? I mean, with due respect to profession of chartered accountancy, it's a very dignified profession. But मैं ये मेरे practice में ये सब झोल कर रहा था. I immediately stopped my CA practice on the same day, because if I don't want to hear these words on my death, I should not do even for a single day while I'm alive, right? Is it okay if they say that this was the guy because of whom today millions of young Indians have started reading books? And a big yes came from my heart. And that has become the purpose of my life. So now that I have shared this big idea with you, don't you think I have revised the book? I have revisited the book without rereading. Okay, I know many people say that should we reread the book for the second time? You can, I'm not against it, but there is a better solution to it. Why not share one big idea the way I said and share it with your friend with lots of enthusiasm and energy, so that the other person gets the curiosity to say, अरे ये इतना अच्छा आइडिया अगर बताया है तो पूरे बुक में क्या होगा? And then he will insist to borrow the book from you. You happily give it to him and he will read. Then you will ask him, what did you learn from it? Give me 3 big ideas that you learned. Then the ideas that he will share, perhaps you might have missed out or forgotten or did not understand, and you are learning more from the same book without rereading it, right? And then I'll give it to another friend and another friend and another friend. When the book goes through 10 different lives, 10 different hands and 10 different eyes, yeah, and everybody will scribble and read, and it is overused. It's so overused that it is now completely out of shape and no more readable. Then that book is the most beautiful book in the world for me. अभी वो परलोक सिधारने के लिए तैयार है. Why? Because it has influenced 10 different lives and they are my friends. For me, the book that is nicely decorated in red ribbons and crossword, that is not the most beautiful book. So another habit, I'm coming to the next habit number 6, which is read and pass it on. Read and discuss and read and pass it on. Both go hand in hand. When you discuss, there is a fair chance that the other person will ask for the book, right? So this is how you do justice to the book. Okay. Now all these books which are here on my wall, okay, I'm saying that don't read and put it on bookshelf, but I have such a big bookshelf. I have borrowed these books from my friends. I have hardly bought anything from amongst this, and this is the 10% of my collection, by the way. The rest of the house has other 90% collection. So you don't have to buy a book today to judge the book, to check whether the book is for me or not. Yes, the old adage goes that don't judge the book by its cover, but you can judge it after reading 10 pages. Yes, you can. Yeah. Maybe after reading 10 pages, you might not find it exciting. And the whole objective of the book was to teach you what kind of books you should not read. Right? And you don't have to buy a book to read 10 pages today. Although I'm not encouraging piracy here, but I have another idea. We have so many free tools in networking today, social networking sites है. WhatsApp के status पे simple 2 line डालोगे, I'm looking for so and so book. Can somebody help me? I guarantee you the book will be in your hands within 1 week, provided there is no lockdown, right? And then if you don't like after reading 10 pages, there is nothing to lose because you have borrowed the book. You can anytime return it, right? So if you decide that no, reading should be the top priority, you will find so many solutions and you will realize that it is so easy to get a book and read a book. Okay. Maybe after 10-20 pages, while reading, see, the author will not leave a single stone unturned to make sure that you drive home the idea, the main message that he wants to give. See, he uses so many tools. He's shouting by, वो कुछ लाइन को बोल्ड करता है, कुछ इटैलिक्स में करता है, कुछ बॉक्स में डालता है, चैप्टर के एंड में कुछ पॉइंटर्स हाइलाइट्स डालता है. What that means, he's shouting that this is important. Yeah. Don't you think that at the same time, that means this is not important? If bolded and italics is important, the other part is not so important. But what we do is we ignore all these indications and give equal importance to each and every word of the book. Why? So what I'm trying to break the traditional thought process of reading is that what is more beneficial? Understanding, learning 10% from 10 different books or 100% from one book? I think the first case. Why first case is more beneficial? Because I'm exposing myself to 10 different expert brains in the world, and even if I learn 10% from all of them, I'll find some dynamic correlations in those unassociated random books and come out with some creative ideas. Whereas in the second case, I am restricting to only one expert brain. And when I say 100%, that is also subjective, right? I may be thinking this is 100%, but I've actually not learned 100%. It's like मुझे लगा था कि 90 marks मिलेंगे पर मिले 60, because I thought that I wrote the paper perfectly, but a teacher thought that it was not perfect. It's subjective, right? So the objective is to be jack of all and not master of one, to just expose yourself to new ideas, to the great authors who have spent decades in one particular area of life and became expert in those in that one department of life. उनसे हमको क्या लेना है maximum, वो हमको लेना है. Whenever I open a book, there is only one question of curiosity in my mind. That is, what is that something that this author knows that I don't know? That's all. जब वो मुझे पता चलेगा, I think I have done justice to the book. So what I do is, when I take a book, so I go to the index. Okay, अभी index में chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter के नाम दिए हैं. I will check what is that topic which excites me the most, which is wow, ये कुछ नया है, ये मुझे मालूम नहीं, कभी सुना नहीं था. I will straight away go to chapter number 5 if that excites me, read the first paragraph, then directly go to the last paragraph. After reading these two paragraphs, if I think that I did not understand exactly what is trying to tell me, और ये कुछ नया है, ये ऐसा कुछ old wine in new bottle ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, there is some substance in this, then I will go and read the chapter in detail, or else I'll leave it. Got it? There is no rule that you have to start with chapter number 1. Of course, if it is non-fiction. Fiction में तो बात अलग है. The objective is to enjoy the process. The objective is to get entertained. Whereas in non-fiction, the objective is to learn more. That doesn't mean we don't learn from fictional books. We do learn from great fictional books like Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson. All right. So if you must have understood what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to defy all those old rules of reading, which has made reading a phobia for most of the youngsters. I want to make reading a cool thing, okay, a casual thing. You know, if you are watching a short film on YouTube, अगर boring scene रहेगा तो आप क्या करते हो? Forward करते हो ना? Do you have a fear? अरे वो scene में अगर forward करूंगा तो शायद आगे मुझे story नहीं समझ में आ गया तो? Do you have that fear? No. Then why in case of books? Right? After watching the movie of Amir Khan, Thugs of Hindustan was the pathetic movie I have watched in my lifetime. Did we say that, I insulted Amir Khan, I am a bad movie watcher? ऐसा हम बोलते हैं क्या? नहीं. But अगर book पसंद नहीं आई तो हम बोलते हैं I am a bad reader. There is nothing called good reader and bad reader. There is only reader and non-reader. So stop blaming yourself that you are a bad reader. Okay, just replace now. Then when you stop feeling guilty about it, what will happen is, even if you quit a book, you will not quit reading. Because even if I read 10 pages of a book, is it not enough? Is it not that I can learn something even from those 10 pages? So what happened is, I started replacing books with pages, because mathematically 10 pages of 10 books is equal to 100 pages of one book, mathematically. I'm not encouraging you to deliberately leave books half read. ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा हूं मैं. Yes, but I have left hundreds of books half read, but now I don't feel guilty about it. Because I thought that, okay, the book was just not for me. Yeah. Second thing, most important, when I borrow used books from my friends, especially people who are younger than me, school going boys and girls, they underline difficult words. और एक पेज पे इतने words underline किए हुए रहते हैं, फिर उसका मीनिंग बाजू पे लिखा हुआ रहता है, which signifies the fact that they are referring a dictionary. Now the primary objective of reading books should not be to improve your vocabulary. I'm not against improving your vocabulary, but the primary objective should not be just to learn new words from the author. Good vocabulary is a byproduct of reading habit. So don't stop every now and then after every paragraph and refer a dictionary. और आजकल हम डिक्शनरी नहीं रेफर करते, हम गूगल पे जाके उसका आंसर, उसका मीनिंग देखते, which is all the more dangerous, क्योंकि आपने एक खोला तो उसके साथ अगर कुछ दूसरा लिंक मिला तो दूसरा खोला, तीसरा खोला, अचानक पता चला 10 वेबसाइट हम खोल के बैठे और बुक तो रह गया बाजू पे. That is the danger of going online, right? So vocabulary should not be the primary objective. Okay. If you, और बहुत बार कैसे होता है, if you come across some unfamiliar word which is completely new to you, sometimes you get a fair meaning of that word by looking at the sentence and the paragraph around it. Yes or no? अभी सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूं. क्वारंटीन वर्ड किसको मालूम था ये सब होने से पहले? मुझे भी नहीं मालूम था. But we understood the meaning of the quarantine word without referring the dictionary. Why? Because the circumstances, the context में जब हम सुनना शुरू किया, we got to know that okay, quarantine means isolating yourself from other people. Yes? But when it comes to books, हमको वो इतना सीरियसली लेते हैं कि अगर ये वर्ड का मीनिंग मैं नहीं समझा तो मैं आगे जाऊंगा ही नहीं. And then what happens? Your flow जो है बुक का वो अटक जाता है और then gradually you feel that अरे ये बुक तो खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा है. And again you blame yourself that I am a slow reader. All right. So कुछ रहता है, ठीक है, अगर 5-10 बार आपने पूरे 300 पेजेस के बुक में 5-10 बार डिक्शनरी रेफर किया, that's absolutely fine. Okay. But don't refer the dictionary every now and then that वो बुक के जगह पे हम डिक्शनरी एज अ बुक हो जाए और वो ज्यादा रेफर हो. All right. Yeah. Many people say that I am a slow reader. Yeah. It is unfortunate that we are being taught since childhood that जितना slow पढ़ोगे उतना ज्यादा समझेगा. नहीं, it's a myth. Okay. Speed is a very good friend of concentration. Okay. I'll give you an analogy. So if I'm driving my car at a speed of 40, 50, 60 first second gear में, I have a tendency to switch on the music, FM, बार FM change करो channels. वो गाड़ी में कौन बैठा है, इधर क्या चल रहा है, वो कौन सा पेड़ है, वो पेड़ पे कितने अच्छे फूल है, नहीं, ध्यान भटकना शुरू हो जाता है, right? But if I'm driving at a speed of 100, 120, because the stakes are so high, I don't even dare to listen to the music. I switch off the FM. I am like focused so much on driving because of the stakes which are so high. So speed is a very good friend of focus. Speed is a very good friend of concentration. Now, when we read slowly, what happens in our brain, because of the obvious reasons that brain functions much faster than our eyes, right? So, and when we deliberately read slowly, our brain feels incited, okay, and he stops cooperating. And hence we start dozing off after reading few pages, or we start wandering, we start daydreaming. So, read with a sense of urgency to finish the book. To finish the book even at the cost of comprehension. Comprehension मतलब understanding. अभी आप बोलोगे ये क्या बोल रहा है भाई, मतलब बिना समझे पढ़े जाओ, ये कौन सी बात हुई भाई? Yes, please trust me, even at the cost of comprehension you have to finish the book. Okay, because here the idea is to get the big picture and skip the details. And many people, वो रीड करते, एक लाइन नहीं समझा, वापस वो लाइन के शुरू में जाएंगे, पढ़ेंगे, वापस वो पैराग्राफ पढ़ेंगे. Now this is an indication of insecurity and lack of confidence. See, why not just read for the sake of reading and not bother about the results? Results मतलब क्या मुझे इस बुक में से कुछ फायदा होगा, क्या मैं उसको implement कर पाऊंगा? Yeah, we are obsessed by results, and उससे क्या होता है? We stop enjoying the process itself. Now, for example, एक लड़की को पियानो सीखना है. She's a piano aspirant and she wants to make a career out of it. So while practicing, if she starts thinking that, oh, मेरा एक दिन concert होगा क्या? फिर live concert में लोग तालियां बजाएंगे क्या? फिर A.R. रहमान मुझे उसके टीम में लेगा क्या? Will I be the best piano player in India? ऐसा सब सोचेगी while practicing piano, she's definitely not going to get the results. That means you should practice for the sake of practicing. When the process itself becomes rewarding, we don't need any external reward. We don't bother about the results, but we know that if we practice for the sake of practicing, results are bound to happen. Same is the case with reading. Same is the case with exercise. Whatever habit you want to cultivate, the fundamental principles are same. right? So please don't think कि मुझे याद रहेगा क्या ये important है तो वो मैं skip किया हूँ, ये सब मत सोचो. Just keep going, keep the flow on, momentum on रखो, just खत्म करना है बुक को. And 1, 2, 3 मैक्सिमम, उसके ऊपर जो भी वो बोनस है. ओके, डू यू रियली थिंक, जो मैंने अभी जो आइडिया शेयर किया आपको, हु विल क्राई व्हेन यू डाई बाय रॉबिन शर्मा, जो मैंने फ्यूनरल का आइडिया शेयर किया, डू यू रियली थिंक आई रिमेंबर ईच एंड एवरी वर्ड फ्रॉम दैट बुक? डेफिनेटली नॉट. पागल हो जाऊंगा मैं अगर 1350 बुक का सब मेरे दिमाग में रहूंगा तो पागल हो जाऊंगा. बट आई हैव एक्सट्रैक्टेड द फ्लावर्स, और जो वीड्स है उसको निकाल दिया मैंने. गॉट इट? I think I have discussed enough. I would be very keen to take up questions now.
I have one question. All of a sudden, since the last 4, 5, 6 months, I just don't feel like reading. I have not picked up a book. I am unable. I have been such a arid reader throughout my life. I don't know why it has happened. Can you tell me what is to be done?
It is, since you have read so many things, it is time to now share your knowledge. Now, let us, thanks to the disruptive nature of internet, the gamut of reading has expanded. Now, for me, the book is not the bunch of white papers and black ink. This is just a medium to transfer the expert knowledge of that author into me, right? This is just a medium, right? I should not be possessive of the hardness of the book, right? So now listening to podcasts or listening to audiobooks or listening to my app booklet, watching YouTube videos, they all are part of reading now. Of course, I know there are lots of distractions as well in that, but don't you think watching Steve Jobs interview on YouTube is as good as reading his biography?
You can take it that way.
So now reading includes listening, watching.
Yeah.
But we have to take care of the distractions, the online distractions, which we get carried away. So that's why now book in hand style of reading should not be insisted. That is one part of reading habit, right?
I'm not talking of insisting to anybody else. I'm talking of my own self.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't insist yourself of book in hand style of reading only. Now there are many other avenues, I'm saying.
Yeah, reading is going on.
Yeah,
I have been writing also and reading also. Reading is going on in various ways. But yes, holding a book in my hand and reading, I have suddenly...
Fine. I think I've answered your question. Yes. You can try this out. Yeah. Next question.
My question is to you, Amrutha, sir. How to increase reading habit in individuals and on my own self? Because I am regularly reading, I'm regularly hearing your audio and booklet in that app. I'm getting little bit of interest in reading habits. So how to inculcate more reading habit into my own self? And secondly, my one more question is to you. I am a social background. I have done my master in social work. So can you guide me for any audio which is you have given any audio about it?
Okay. I think your first question was little vague. I didn't get the first question. Is it that see, already you are listening to my booklets? That means you already cultivated the reading habit. So let's not. For example, say if you are saying that you want to cultivate reading habit only by reading books, so as I've already said that the definition of reading has now expanded, right? For example, if you ask me, if I tell you that go and watch 3 Idiots movie, and if you ask me that should I watch it on Netflix or on YouTube or go to the theater, I would say just watch it. Platform is not important. The movie is a must watch, right? So is the case with books. Whether you are listening to book summaries, whether you are reading book summaries, whether you are buying a book and reading, doesn't matter. As long as you are exposing yourself to the expert people who have spent decades in one department of life. That is more important. Right? So yeah, and about social entrepreneurship, there are a few books like Rashmi Bansal has written quite a few books on social entrepreneurs. APJ Abdul Kalam has written a few books on social entrepreneurs. What Can I Give is a beautiful book written by some Gujarati author. and it talks about APJ Abdul Kalam's journey of social activities. I'm inspired by these books, and also I am a social entrepreneur. So I've taken many lessons from these books. So Rashmi Bansal, you can go for Rashmi Bansal's few books on social entrepreneurship. Yeah. Yeah. Next question.
Yeah, Amrut, I was wondering why don't you put the summaries into regional languages like in Marathi or probably in Hindi? Because the thing is, I am forwarding your app links and I'm referring your apps to numerous my relatives, the people I know, they're living in a remote place like to my village or probably to my native place, and they're constantly asking me, are there summaries in probably in Marathi or in regional
Okay.
language, probably Hindi. Yeah.
Fine. As I said, Amur sir, everything is free in the app. I have not earned a single penny in last 4 years. In spite of a chartered accountant, I've quit my CA practice and devoted my entire life for this mission. So I have some limitations. Okay. I am putting my own past savings into this. So if I start doing in Marathi, Hindi, the quality of English will go down because we are only two of us who are working on this. My another friend has also quit his job and he has joined. So it's a social enterprise. It's free. Okay, if I can easily charge 50 rupees per summary and then give summaries in Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, Punjabi, sab ho jayega. Then I can expand team, but that is not going to work. Free is the only way to make India read. So my appeal is to you people that now I need your help. Okay, if every person helps me to translate each English summary into your mother tongue, then it will be a great success. Yeah. So thank you so much for asking this question so that I got an opportunity to appeal to everybody. Yes, I'm not against regional languages. I would love to see booklet Hindi, booklet Marathi, booklet Gujarati, but with your help.
Yeah, basically I have two questions. One is related to the speed technicalities of the speed reading, and second one is what do you see like on the 5 years down the line? How do you try to make the booklet app as a economically viable or sustainable? Because it's a part of the livelihood. So these are the two questions, if you can answer.
I would like to answer your second question first. Honestly, I have learned that happiness comes from serving more and more people. And by reading biographies by Mahatma Gandhi and Mother Teresa and Abdul Kalam and Martin Luther King or so many great leaders of the world, that there was a complete mind shift when I started my 3 failed startups. The starting point was what's in it for me, mujhe kya milega, meri tarakki, mera paisa, which completely shifted to what can I give, and everything changed. And honestly, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. So money doesn't excite me anymore. Okay, the old dreams of Ferraris and BMWs are now in trash. I am living a very frugal life, a very minimalistic life. I have learned to keep my wants limited. Okay, मैं 10,000 महीने में भी बहुत खुश रहता हूँ. Nothing on my body is now more than 300 rupees, non-branded. Whereas एक जमाना था जब स्टॉक मार्केट में महीने का 2.5 लाख कमाता था, not a single shirt was below 4,000 rupees. और पता चले कि सब सेम है, वही खाना खा रहा हूँ. या बट जब मैं स्टॉक मार्केट में इतना पैसा कमाता था, मुझे रिस्पेक्ट नहीं मिलता था. ऑफिस के बाहर आऊँ तो वो लिफ्ट वाला भी मुझे गाली देता है. बट नाउ आई एम हार्डली मेकिंग एनी मनी and 15 lakh people are giving me so much of respect. I can travel across the world. People are calling me. Abu Dhabi में मैं गया था. My stay was arranged in the VVIP room of that hotel in which Modi had stayed. या अगर पैसा कमाता तो भी मैं वो रूम में नहीं जाता. Right? They had booked me a business coach in the airline. I said business coach मत करो, economic coach करो. I'm a social entrepreneur. जो भी difference है, you use it for a better cause or donate it to some charity. Yeah. So I think महीने का 1 लाख कमाना जितना मुश्किल है, उतना महीने का 10,000 कमाना easy है for an educated people at least. Yeah. So I have learned to find a difference between life and lifestyle. What we need is life, livelihood. आपने मेरे पेट के बारे में क्या बोला, मतलब life ना. पर अब life के चक्कर में हम actually we are worried about lifestyle, है ना. फिर वो माथेरान महाबलेश्वर बहुत फालतू लगता है. देन हमको मॉरिशियस और स्वीडन जाना रहता है. या फिर वो सिंगल डोर फ्रिज हमेशा एकदम खराब लगता है, हमको डबल डोर फ्रिज चाहिए, फिर हमको आईफोन चाहिए, सो वो फिर महीने का 2 लाख भी कम पड़ेगा. ओके, but yes, I am finding some creative revenue models which will help to cover the cost, not to maximize profits, not to accumulate my personal wealth, and we are soon going to reach a break-even point. But book summaries will always be free. That's a promise. Coming to your first question about speed reading, I'll quickly go through. We are running out of time. Yes, I have increased my reading speed from. Could you just unmute so that I can answer your question easily? Somebody, if you could have just unmute yourself. There is some noise, disturbing noise. Thank you so much. What was the first word that we learned when we were a child in English language? Apple. Apple. तो उस वक्त हमने जब बच्चे थे हम, तो कैसे पढ़ा होगा हमने? APPLE, एप्पल, ऐसा पढ़ा था. Now as grown-ups, do we read that way? No. We straight away say the word apple. That means, okay, now our education stopped there. We were not taught that if you can read the entire word without reading the individual letters APPLE, you can also read group of words without reading individual words. Are you getting my point? अगर एप्पल का ए पी और पी अलग अलग बिना पढ़े हम एप्पल बोल सकते हैं, देख इमीडिएटली रेड कलर ऑब्जेक्ट पॉप्स इन आवर माइंड. क्यों? क्योंकि वो आंखों को आदत हो गई है टू रिकॉग्नाइज द यूनिक कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ एपीपीएलई. बट वी वर नॉट टॉट फर्दर दैट 4-5 वर्ड्स का भी कॉम्बिनेशन आंखें सीख सकती है. इट्स नॉट क्वेश्चन ऑफ आईक्यू और स्मार्टनेस, इट्स अबाउट हैबिचुएटिंग योर आईज. ओके, सो और पेरिफेरल व्यू इज लार्ज. पेरिफेरल व्यू मतलब क्या कि एक आईसाइट पे मैं क्या क्या देख सकता हूँ, कितना बड़ा देख सकता हूँ. नाउ माय लैपटॉप इज इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी. ओके, आई एम लुकिंग एट द स्क्रीन, बट इनडायरेक्टली ये जो लाइट है, ये लाइट पे भी मेरा ध्यान जा रहा है. ये जो लाइट है, राइट, इनडायरेक्टली. और यहाँ पे कुर्सी है, उधर भी मेरा ध्यान जा रहा है इनडायरेक्टली. दैट मीन्स हमारा पेरिफेरल व्यू इतना बड़ा है. या एंड व्हाट इज द विड्थ ऑफ अ बुक? इतना सारा. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? So we can grab the entire line also, but to start with, you did not grab the entire line. Tony Buzan is the father of speed reading. He has written many books on speed reading. You can go on Google. Of course, I have also covered speed reading as part of this book. So Tony, हम लोग ऐसा पढ़ते हैं ना, left to right, unless you are reading Urdu. Tony Buzan reads this way, one line at a time, which is possible. तो करना क्या है आपको? When you hold a book, अगर यहाँ होल्ड कर रहे हो तो थोड़ा दूर पकड़ो, so that the peripheral view expands, and instead of looking at the first word, straight away look at the second word and try to see the word on the left and on the right. So you are picking up 3 words at a time now. क्योंकि होता क्या है, हम जब ऐसे पढ़ते हैं ना, हम एक्चुअली ऐसे नहीं पढ़ते, हम ऐसे पढ़ते, ऐसे मतलब we stop, we read that word, we jump to the next word, we stop, we read that word, jump to the next word, we stop, we read that word. ऐसा है, पर वो इतना फास्ट होता है कि हमको लगता है ऐसा हो रहा है, राइट. बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली वी आर अंडर यूटिलाइजिंग द कैपेसिटी ऑफ आवर आईज व्हेन वी स्टॉप. वी कैन रीड 3, 4, 5, 6 वर्ड एट ए टाइम, बट वी आर रीडिंग ओनली 1 वर्ड, क्योंकि हमको सिखाया नहीं गया है. हमको उल्टा सिखाया गया कि एक ही वर्ड पढ़ना चाहिए एट ए टाइम, फिर हमको ज्यादा समझेगा. नहीं, ये अफवाह है, ये मिथ है. Okay, so I can't get into the technique as such, but it is a skill anybody can develop. I took 8 months to increase my reading speed from 200 words per minute to 1200 words per minute. Okay, so it's a skill, not a talent. We all can develop it. It takes time. It takes time because at times become, मुझे शुरू में वो जो टेक्निक फॉलो कर रहा था मैं टोनी बुजान का, मुझे लगा मेरा स्पीड और कम हो गया है. Because you know you have to wait and grab those 4-5 words. तो हम मैं ऐसा लग रहा था मैं रुका हूँ और इतना देर रुका हूँ उस लाइन पे, पर ऐसा नहीं है, मेरा स्पीड बढ़ रहा था एक्चुअली. या सो गो अहेड, आइदर यू कैन रीड इट, और टोनी बुजान के बहुत सारे बुक्स है इंटरनेट पे. वंस द लॉकडाउन इज ओवर यू कैन ऑर्डर फ्रॉम Amazon. या
Thank you, Amrut, for accepting invitation as a speaker at this webinar. Well, the talk simplified reading and demystified it. 2 thoughts that came across were understanding reading and the act of reading. For many, reading is overwhelming. It appears such an enormous and difficult task that it is given up soon. The practical tips that you have offered have been of immense help. One can read more than one book simultaneously, skip on the uninteresting paragraphs or chapters, read backwards and forward. Gradually, one learns to make meaning of the new words that one reads. A very significant idea put forth is that reading is actually engaging with the ideas of authors. This engagement with ideas becomes fruitful as we discuss it with others. The details of the books may be forgotten, but the essence of the ideas will stay with us. This makes our life an enriched life. On behalf of Navrishna University, I thank all participants for joining this webinar. Navrishna University, through its various schools and centers, Center for Continuing Professional Education and Center for Education, Innovation and Research, and library regularly organizes webinars, symposium, and professional development programs. We welcome you to engage with us in future too. Stay connected and happy reading.